The Empire Strikes Back. Foundation and Empire by Isaac Asimov, 1952. Before we get started with this book, let me just talk a little bit about the cover art. The art for this 1960s Avon publication of the Foundation series is really iconic. The cover art is by someone named Don Ivan Punchance. I have another book that was published with Don Ivan Panchance's art. Either you like this cover or you don't. Let's take a closer look. And of course, some of you may know one of his most famous pieces of art, the art for Doom. So this video is part 2 of a conversation about the Foundation series. Today, Foundation and Empire. Foundation series thus far is really a collection of stories that Isaac Asimov wrote in the 1940s. The first book was a collection of 5 stories, and this one is a collection of 2 novellas. The first is The General, and the second is The Mule. They also have a very cool Ace edition. Normally, these Ace editions would be Ace doubles, but this novel with The General and The Mule is one book, retitled The Man Who Upset the Universe. And that's referring to The Mule, the far better story of the two. As in the first part of our conversation of this series, there will be some spoilers, but I also will hold back some key information, especially about The Mule. Just like The Empire Strikes Back may be one of the best films of Star Wars, I felt that Foundation and Empire was the same for this series. The first story, The General, focuses on the character of Bel Rios. He is loyal to the Empire and in pursuit of personal glory. He captures and interrogates a Foundation trader and merchant. He requests further ships from the Emperor to attack the Foundation's planets. The Privy Secretary of the Emperor, Brodrag, is sent to advise the General Bel Rios. This is an uncomfortable partnership. Isaac Asimov really comes into his own with the villains that he's created for Foundation and Empire. I want to read from an early section of the book where Bel Rios has found out that the Foundation is on the planet Terminus. Patrician, they are not magicians, they are devils. It is as far from belief as the outer nebula from here. Conceive it. It is a world the size of a handkerchief, of a fingernail, with resources so petty, power so minute, a population so microscopic as would never suffice the most backward worlds of the dusty prefects of the dark stars. Yet with that, a people so proud and ambitious as to dream quietly and methodically of galactic rule. They speak of necessary centuries. They swallow worlds at leisure, creep through systems with dawdling complacence. And they succeed. Del Rios is on a mission to destroy Foundation. The emperor of the story, Cleon II, and Bel Rios are based on the historic Roman Emperor Justinian I and his general Belisarius. History plays a strong role in the eventual conclusion to this first story. The second half of this book, The Mule, takes place approximately 100 years later. Here's a spoiler. Foundation has survived Bel Rios. It has become stronger. There is an external threat to both the Empire and to Foundation called the Mule. The Mule is a person who is a mutant. The Mule is hidden for much of this story, behind the scenes, building his own army, converting Foundation worlds to his own cause, ultimately defeating Foundation as he seeks to gain the Empire itself. Will the Mule be stopped? Is there hope in a second Foundation? This is the kind of story that you hear John Williams' music from Star Wars playing in your head. It is a struggle of galactic proportions with a hidden evil and heroes struggling to stop what seems to be inevitable. The Mule was first published in 1945 in the November and December issues of Amazing Science Fiction. In 1996, the Hugo Awards awarded it retroactively Best Novel for 1945. And way back in 1966, the Hugo Awards awarded Foundation the Best All-Time Series in Science Fiction. The Mule is one of the best stories that I've seen from Isaac Asimov. I would give The Mule 9 out of 10, and The General a 7 out of 10. So let's average that out. Foundation and Empire, I give 8 out of 10. Will The Mule come to Season 2 of Apple TV Plus's Foundation? I can only hope so. In Part 3, we'll take a look at the conclusion of the trilogy, Second Foundation. What did you think of Foundation and Empire? Do you agree that it is a much stronger entry in this trilogy? Is the Mule one of the great characters of science fiction? Let me know in the comments below. Love to hear your take on this. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video. Until next time, keep reading.